That way?
Yeah, go. Get on, bud.
Ready? Hang on. Let's get over the wave. Big wave coming. Ready? Hang on. Yeah, I'm ready when you are. You're away, I think. Hang on for this one. Oh, not too bad. It's been pretty good in the middle. There's no bar there that I know of.
Alright, so welcome back to another adventure. This time I'm out on That'll Do, and we're heading out wide to go look for a hapuku or some other deep water fish. We're heading to an area to the south of the beach into about 135 meters. The spot is a small rise in an otherwise empty area. As I don't have a dedicated deep water rod, I set up my jig rod, which has about 300 meters of line, so most of it would be going down here. I tied on a grouper rabbit as that was the target species for this spot. Having a look at the sounder, we're in about 138 meters and there's a little bit of sign scattered on the bottom. We could pull up all sorts of things I've never seen before. The plan in my mind was to just chuck a couple of pictures on to start, see what we'd catch, and then maybe fill it up a few of those smaller fish to present a more natural bait for the bigger predators.
Is it down? It's down. I think it is. Yep, it's down. Alright. Oh, I got bite straight away. Oh. This is exciting. Go on, just load up. Load up. Load up. Load up. Oh yeah, I think I'm on. Yeah, I'm on. I think. Or am I? No, I was on.
Wait, that's a good nod.
Hook up. There you go. Is it on? It might be on. Gotta be fairly big to get that in its mouth, eh? They just perch, eh? Big perch though. Use them for bait. Two of them. Size of the top one.
Time to put down a couple of giant perch slabs to see what would eat it. Marty on the other side of the boat was testing out his electric and he'd hooked up to something quite interesting.
What do you got? Gurney or a cod? You around me? You are, I think. Oh, look at the size of it.
Hey, 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 hey. Come here, come here. He's not happy, is he? He's gonna swallow that. Come on, swallow it for us.
This Mollymook was very keen on smashing this southern bastard cod.
Bigger one. Look at the belly on it.
I too got into the cod action with this absolute monster.
Would have been nice to have a pucker on the bottom, wouldn't it? Oh my god, that's the biggest one of those I've seen. Look at the belly. Is it air or is it something else? Slimy bastards. Better. Oh, 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 oh. What have I got? Something a bit bigger. Two. Go on, be a puff. Spiny on the bottom, that's why. Another carpet shark.
With a final few perch after those sharks, we decided to call it on this spot as it just wasn't producing the species we were after. We headed back in closer to land to hunt down some tarakihi. I decided to put the camera down straight away to see what we were working with on the bottom. Okay, so we've touched down on this area that I know as the pinnacles, and we're off to the side of it obviously because we've got a bit of sand. And immediately we've got tarakihi coming straight up to the baits.
Huh? Might be a terror if we lower snapper. Maybe. Snapper, terror.
What?
Terraki.
No.
Good one.
Right, we're back down on the bottom. We've got a leather jacket coming in and tarakihi swirling all over the place. They're not too interested, and a snapper comes in and he's already got the bait. Immediately, we're just going to have another quick look at that. He comes straight in, inhales the bait, turns the head, and he's already got the hook in and he's not coming off now. Let's have a look at both perspectives, above and below the water.
Yes, got him on the camera.
So watching back the video, in the background there are just barracuda smashing into the snapper and the bait the whole time, and this one comes in and hails the bait, takes it off the line and leaves the hook bare. Very lucky not to lose that hook. You can see another one just shadowing him behind him, eating the baits that are falling off.
Oh, it's a snapper. Let's go. Oh, it came off. Are you kidding me?
Just caught a snapper and then let it go.
After losing that snapper, the fishing was pretty quiet, and this was likely because most of the tarakihi on the spot were fairly small. I'm just going to leave you with these few clips of some fish coming up and looking at the baits, and break down a few of the interesting characters that come up to have a look. So I was dreading this moment for a long time, but finally we've caught a John Dory on the camera. And this guy comes right up to the bait, takes a real good look at it, and isn't interested whatsoever. It's not a live fish, so he doesn't want it. We were on the spot for about half an hour, and we did not know just how many tarakihi were swimming around on the bottom, not eating our baits. So if you've heard crayfish don't feed during the day, this is a little clip that will prove you completely wrong. Because this crayfish walks completely off the reef and onto the sand, and he smelt my bait, and he's got the sinker in his claws now, and he's going up for a little ride on the sinker. This is just unbelievable footage. I couldn't believe it. He's now got the fish bite in his mouth, and he's trying to eat it. And now he's kicking away, and he's let go of it. It just goes to show what can be down there and what is actually biting on your line. He's grabbed the sinker again and really trying to get the bait in his mouth. He's kind of lost interest now that it's gone up higher, and he's going to go and walk back towards the reef. Now you're not going to believe this, but looking at the markings, this is a totally different crayfish, and he's walked off the reef as well because he smelt the fish bites. Now he's going to come right in and have a look, but not as interested as the last one. While the leather jacket picks away at the bait, he's just going to keep his distance before I wind up to change the batteries. So we're just dropping down the edge of the rock now, and I'm going to hit with the camera right on the edge of the rock. And I'm going to pull up, and the fish have actually been quite interested by this drop in. I've got two fish immediately into the baits, and I don't actually manage to hook them, unfortunately. But this is a really good sign of being right up against the rocks, and there are a few bigger tarakihi here. Now, that is a pretty unusual sight to see. That is a blind eel, something you really don't want on the end of your line. They'll cover it in slime and it's almost unusable. Now we've got another crayfish, and this is a separate one again because he's got a real short left feeler. And he's going to come up and have a look at the baits too. This is the third separate crayfish on this spot. Now I've got a perfect view here of the crayfish walking right up to the bait, grabbing on and going for a little ride. Got it right in his mouth now. And he's actually trying to eat it. A quick little replay of this crazy footage. Shuffling it into his mouth and going for a little ride up with the swell. Unbelievable, eh? And he's actually got it right in the claws and doesn't want to let go of it. He's going to pull away with it because he wants to actually take it back to the hole. And you can actually see over there, there's another cray just sitting there on the sand. So they're obviously not afraid of anything really here. This one's going to come back out and have another go at it. Separate one again, longer left feeler, and gets it into the mouth again. So really, these crays are out in the middle of the day feeding, and a lot of people say they aren't. So almost half an hour went by and the John Dory's come back in, and this time he's hunting his favourite prey. Obviously on this little bit of reef it's tarakihi, and he really wants to get that one in his mouth. You can see him come in for another pass by, looking at that one just at the bottom of the screen. Not interested in my baits, but more interested in the live fish around. And he's going to come right in and have a look at the baits again, really inspect them. But once again, not interested. That eyesight's far too good to fool him. After not catching very many fish on that mark, we decided to head down to another mark that was a consistent producer. Look out for this on the next upload. Cheers.